Chapter 3. Ding's father took the kids to the Happy Hamburger around the corner from the Bayside Hotel. They all had the Happy Special, a burger on sourdough bread with thin slices of pickle. Holden is meeting us here to take you to the parade, Ding's father said. I asked him to have you back at the hotel no later than 10 o'clock. Thanks, Dad, Ding said. Why aren't you coming with us? I've been with people and computer problems all day, Mr. Duncan said. I need some peace and quiet. While you're at the parade, I'll put my feet up and read a good book. Dink thought about the laptop he'd seen in the snack bar at the aquarium. Dad, how can you draw a picture on a computer? He asked. He told his dad and the others about the strange picture he'd seen on the laptop. Most computers have an art function, Mr. Duncan said. It allows you to sketch and color. What kind of laptop did the man have? I don't know, Dink said, but it looked like a real simple drawing, like a little kid would make. There was a stick figure person in it. Just then, Holden walked in. He was wearing his white sweater and jeans. Hi, everyone, he said. You kids ready? Hi, Holden, they all said. I'm sure that Lily will be Miss Chinatown, Ruth Rose said. I just have a feeling. Did she call you yet? Holden shook his head. Nope. But even if she isn't chosen, I'll still see her. We made a plan a few days ago. We're going to meet at the Dragon's Head when the parade ends. I can't wait to see the dragon, Tink said. And I can't wait to drive Holden's pedal bike thing, Josh said. No way, Tink's father said. Anyway, we're walking, Holden said. It'll be too crowded for my green machine. Tink's father paid the bill and they split up. Holden and the kids walked toward Market Street where the parade would begin. It was getting dark and lights were coming on in shops and restaurants. I read that it takes 100 people to carry the dragon in the parade, Ruth Rose said. That's right, Holden said. Wait till you see it. 200 legs all dressed in red, walking along under the dragon. The thing looks like the world's longest centipede. The closer they got to Market Street, the more people crowded the way. Finally, at the corner of Market and Second Streets, they saw a string of parked floats. All the floats were built on flat truck beds, decorated with flowers arranged in beautiful shapes. Dink saw a tiger in a jungle, temples, forests, and famous Chinese heroes, all formed by different kinds of blossoms and greenery. The floats glowed from lights hidden among the flowers. It was mostly dark, but the block was lit with special spotlights. The smell of tasty Chinese food filled the air. Vendors were selling everything from food to balloons to miniature dragons. Little kids in pajamas held their parents' hands. Fink noticed a row of blue porta potties under a tree. Stand here and we'll get a great view, Holden said. They were behind a 4-foot high fence that would keep people out of the path of the parade. Everything will come right by us, he said. Wow, said Josh. How many floats are there? I don't know, but this is one of the biggest parades in the world, Holden said. Which float will Miss Chinatown ride on? Ruth Rose asked. Holden pointed to one covered in blue and white blossoms. In the center was a white swan, at least 10 feet high. That one, he said. She rides on the swan and throws candy to the kids. Cool, Josh said. Chocolate, I hope. The whole swan is made of blue and white flowers, Holden said. Lily told me there are 50,000 blossoms on this one float. Guys, look, Dink said. Off to the side stood a huge warehouse. The doors were open and a bunch of people were carrying the dragon outside. That's where they keep the dragon all year, Holden said. They create the floats in there too. The dragon was the length of 5 school buses. It was decorated with colored cloth, buttons, ribbons, glass beads, and all kinds of things that twinkled in the light. It's so pretty, Ruth Rose said. I thought it would be a scary dragon. Does it breathe fire? Josh asked Holden. No, but check out the lights, Holden said. Colored wires twisted into ropes made stripes along the dragon's body. Lights were wrapped around the ropes, making all 200 feet of the dragon's body shine. Dink thought it looked like a giant magical puppet. The dragon's head was taller than Holden. Its mouth was open, showing fangs and a long red tongue. Big glass eyes glistened. Two dragon horns sprouted from its head. We call him Gum Lung, Holden said. He laughed. Don't ask me what it means because I don't know. The men and women who had brought the dragon out of the warehouse began to prepare for the parade. Some of the people had dragon masks perched on their foreheads. All of them wore bright red pants. They'll climb underneath Gumlung and walk him once the parade begins, Holden said. First, there will be fireworks. Then Gumlung comes by. Then the floats will drive by. The swan float will be first, carrying Miss Chinatown. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's Lily, Ruth Rose said. Holden smiled. Thanks. My fingers have been crossed for a week, he said. Suddenly, the night exploded with loud bangs. Dink ducked, not knowing what the sounds were. But then he saw an enormous blue shape twinkling in the sky. It was the fireworks. The parade was beginning.